Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Whitty's Gear Reviews. Um, I want to do a follow-up on a video I did not too long ago, which was on Hobby Lobby. Man, that was a great video. A lot of great responses, a lot of people tuning in, saying things they've got. I was actually surprised in our EDC slash survival, prepping, readiness, type of channel group that we have, how many people have bought so many different items, a lot of great suggestions, a lot of people have thought outside the box, found a lot of things in the store to use for what they needed it for. That being said, we're going to kind of jump into a couple things that I thought were cool. I know a lot of the people like the Leatherworks, so we'll fast forward once we actually get this out, but you're looking at $5.99, made in America, and it's just an envelope card case. So it's actually got like two, well, maybe it's just one little pocket there, solid leather. It'll match the field notes that we did earlier. We're going to stitch that together. And then I saw this and I thought, man, there's a bunch of different things I can do with it. If you look here on the picture, it's like a studded leather pouch. What I'm thinking about doing is putting a couple little eyelet holes up there, putting some paracord on it, and you could still wear it on a belt like they show here and put some EDC gear in it. Or you could actually wear it around your neck and carry your EDC up there around your chest area. So this is a Honeydew Pocket Project Kit. And you're looking at $9.99 for the leather kit with everything you need to do it. So we'll kind of go through these. I will stitch them all together. In this video, we'll come back and I'll show you what they look like once they're completed. This is probably going to be a longer video because there were some things I just saw and I'm like, you know what? Those have a purpose. And these bobbins, these are just thread or yarn bobbins. These things are 22 of them for 99 cents. And just to give you an idea of what you can do with these, for all your survival kits, backpacks, camping, hunting, fishing, you got to think outside the box. And the first thing we're going to look at is one with, I think I wrote it down here because I wanted to kind of tell y'all how much of each we could put on each bobbin and kind of what the thickness was, what did it look like. And like I was showing, this is just some Gorilla Tape, 1-inch Gorilla Tape. And I actually have 3 foot on there. So, quick, easy way. Comes off easy to store 3 foot. Plus, you still have these little holes if you wanted to kind of hook them together, throw them in the bottom of a tackle box or backpack. But you don't have to do it like that. If you've got something that was a little bit flatter, more of like a Molly type system, kind of like one of these things, you could probably store several like that, but it would have to be a little bit bigger. But something along the lines, y'all get what I'm talking about. There's a multiple different ways you can deploy these if you needed. And I'm just going to show you some other things, right? If you look at, that's 20 foot of micro cordage. This is 10 feet of flagging tape or signaling tape. Then you're looking at 15 foot of jute twine. And then 15 feet of wire, which could be used for snare wire. This is colored stainless wire, but you could use regular. This is just what I had. And then we have just 3 feet of electrical tape. And you can see how thin it is with just 3 feet. I mean, you could easily wrap 10 foot around there and not been very thick. But now you've just taken all that stuff and put it in a small little area in your bag without having all these separate rolls or wrapped around this or wrapped around that. You know, a lot of people wrap this around their lighter, wrap around pins, so on and so forth. Hey, that's great, but this gives you a nice flat packable way to do it. And really, you could stick all these in a tin. If you look at the size here, for reference, you could probably fit all those in a small tin and have multiple all in one tin. Just some ideas, guys. There's some cool stuff there. Think outside the box. Like I said, walk in with a EDC / survival preparedness mindset, and it's kind of funny how you'll walk in one day and you'll walk right by these and not think. And the next time you go in, you're like, you know what? I was trying to wrap some electrical tape around a cut up piece of credit card. This would be so much easier, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Pour yourself a glass of whiskey, bourbon, grab you a nice cold drink, iced tea, whatever it is, and sit down on a Saturday. And you know, the way I look at it is time spent in the beginning saves you time later. Or you know, so you're gonna have to put in some elbow grease. It's not easy twining this or wrapping this stuff around there, but once you have it, now it makes life easier later. So spend the time in the beginning, the plan really will. Now you're looking at, like I said, the pack of these bobbins, 22 of them, was 99 cents, guys. That's a cheap way to organize some gear. And then you have all the different things. There's still a lot of things I didn't do for this video that I was gonna do. Some braid, fishing line, some regular monofilament. You know where I'm going with that. Anything that you could wrap it around these and have a lot. Even stuff like bank line. You can wrap bank line around one of them. Do whatever you want. It's up to your imagination. I'm just giving you something that you could wrap around. And another thing I saw, I've already taken them out for this particular video, but we'll talk about it. It's these little jewelry storage glasses, assorted glass bottles. It gives you two 2-inch bottles and 4-inch and 1.15 bottles. So you get a total of 6 bottles for $2.49. If you catch them on the 40% off, man, that's even better. But these are what they look like, and they're they'll hold liquid, put it that way. These are the small ones. I did not use these in this particular kit, but I do plan on doing it, and I'll show you how. This is a cool part to me. This is just a Altoids Type 10, which they sell at Hobby Lobby. They're fairly cheap. Just a nice Altoids Type 10 with a piece of Ranger band, or AKA inner tube from a bicycle. And now we have a pocket-sized spice kit that you could throw in any of your bags. And this is just the basics, right? You have this, you can chicken, fish, squirrel, you get it, right? You can season anything. And all we're looking at is GP, garlic powder, salt, pepper, onion powder. And they fit perfectly in this box. I mean, they're perfect. There's very little movement, very little rattle. You can see how perfectly they fit in here. Now, of course, hey, for you guys that like all the different spices, this is only going to hold 4. But if you get a little creative, I'll show you something we did on a fire kit a while back. You just take 2 of these, get you that same Gorilla Tape, 1-inch Gorilla Tape, cut it down to about 3/4, and tape 2 of these things together upside down, and now that allows you to have 8 tubes. So then you could put in your stuff like your steak seasoning, red pepper flakes, and then a couple things of oil if you wanted to. Or you could put a lot of these small ones in. If you don't use that much of some other ones, you could stick a lot of these. Let's go ahead and pull these out, and we'll look at if you were trying to set up another tin, how many of the small ones could you stick in there. So you could probably put 3 of the small ones in there, and I guess that's about all you're going to fit into this case, yeah. So you could probably set it up like that and have extra spices on the back side if you needed it, if you wanted to make it bigger. And they have bigger kits like this, so feel free to play around and make you something that works for you. These are the seasonings that we use the most, and these are the ones I thought we would use in here. And then now you put your Ranger band on. You don't have to worry about, because these cheap ones like this, they don't really seal as good as the Altoids tin one. So just to make sure it doesn't pop open in your bag, there's nothing wrong with throwing a Ranger band on there and going to town. I bought 2 packs of these glass vials just because I wanted 4 of the big ones. But look these up, guys. You can see these on Etsy. The guy's selling this same thing for $25. I don't think I have, with all the extra stuff, I don't think I have, let's see, $5. Yeah, 5. Less than $1. So I got $6 and I still have pieces left. So let's say if I take these out of the equation, that was less than $5 to make this. Right? And you're carrying 4 essential spices, and you got quite a bit of them. I mean, there's quite a large amount of each spice in there. I would say enough for at least 6 meals if you use it sparingly. And like I said, if you want to double it up, take 2 of these, tape them together, and put something around them. I just have this quick release. This is just a little fire kit that I made a while back. Go back, look at the video. I made a video of this a while back. I didn't have near as many people watching my channel then, but it's just a little fire kit. It's got a lighter, magnesium block, some fat wood on one side, and on the other side you've got some UCO matches, some waxed. These are waxed fire tabs that I made myself. They're basically just nosebleed cotton, soaked in Vaseline, covered in candle wax. Little saw down there. There's a Fresnel lens all the way on the bottom. Just a little fire kit that I made to throw into a backpack. Something small, simple, that didn't take up a lot of room. I didn't want a bag because I wanted it to fit in a pocket. Actually, a specific pocket on the side of my bag, and this was perfect to do that. But just a little quick, easy fire kit. These are the things you could do with these cheap things that you can get at Hobby Lobby. I did this a while back. If you want to see the video on the fire starting kit, go back, 4 months maybe, and then you'll see this kit. But think outside the box. Now I've got all these other little small ones that I'll put in. I've got a lot of readiness supplies here. I'll throw these in a box with all my other stuff, in a drawer with all my other stuff, and later down the line, I'll be thinking of video content. I'll be needing something precise to fit into something, and you never know, it may be these. But that's kind of all we had, guys. I mean, I want people to think outside the box. I have seen all these fire kits and first aid kits and stuff like that are selling for $25 to $45, and a lot of the stuff in there isn't the best. And a lot of it is stuff like this you could buy yourself, super cheap, throw it together. I just don't think a lot of people like the convenience of buying it and having it all pre-done. But the percentage of people on this channel that would rather do it themselves, I think, is a lot higher. So anyways, just some quick things that you can do. We're going to briefly pause, pull all this stuff out, and we'll kind of look at each one, what comes in each pack, and then we'll get the stitching. As a casualty of last time I was stitching. I made the comment in the beginning of the video that, you know, I'll fast forward through because I don't want y'all to see me poke myself with the needle. Was not with the needle. I was trying to cut a piece of a tail end off of a knot, and looking through my camera as I was trying to film, I was a little bit closer to my thumb with the razor knife than I thought. And be honest, right? That's what happened. That's what you get for trying to film and using sharp objects. Just advice. If you're doing this and you're going to try to start making these videos, just remember it's two-dimensional. It's a lot harder to see distance when you're looking through your camera up there. Anyways, guys, we'll bring you back.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, on the little card wallet, let's kind of look at what we got in here. Just because I don't know if I showed last time all the pieces that came with it, all the ingredients, if you want to say. There's your little snap. I don't know if you can see that. It's your hank of thread and your needle. And then just your main pieces. This one's kind of simple. I say that, but I'd imagine you just stitch it all together. You've got your two little compartments there, and 100% that you'll be putting this up through there, screwing that on. We will put a little bit of blue Loctite, just envision, and boom. Now you've got a small little wallet, good for holding first aid stuff, whatever you want to put in there. So that's number one. We'll stitch that together. And then number two, I'm not going to pull this one out because it's got a lot more rivets in it, but you'll see it once we get it built here. We'll bring you back. Okay guys, there's the first one. We've got it all stitched up. We're going to take a little mink oil. We'll get some mink oil on all the threads. Get some mink oil on the back of this thing. But there you go. Just make a memory on this thing real quick. Now you have a nice little pouch that you can store whatever you want to in there. Some money in the back, credit cards up front. Nice little minimalistic leather wallet. If you want something leather, something custom, there you go. Once this starts getting some memory in it, which we'll work on some of that before when we put the mink oil on it, you'll have a nice little wallet. All right, guys, we'll bring you back when we get the other one done. All right, guys, we got these as finished as we're going to get them. So this is your pouch. Like I said, you've got a belt loop there, so you can hook that to your belt. You can put any of your EDC stuff in it. I left the two brads off here because I might use that for a point to attach some kind of way to hook paracord, so I can be able to use it as a neck pouch if I want to. But all the stitching's done. Put the rivets in the bottom. But I think that's a pretty good pouch. I mean, it opens up pretty good. Like if we were to look at it just for reference, that's a full-size set of channel locks, 12-inch. They fit in there decent. I mean, they're not going to ride in here. That's not what I bought it for, but I just wanted to show you. And then you can still stick a flashlight or something next to it. And then, of course, this could be your everyday wallet. But guys, just, when you go to places like this, like Hobby Lobby, just kind of think about what they have in there and what needs you have. And, from bobbins to putting different kind of cordage on or tape or anything like that, to, like I said, making your own little spice kit. Nice and easy, super cheap. And, I take more pride in having something that I made than something that I've bought. Anyways, guys, that's all for the video. Just wanted to do another follow-up because, right after I did the first pouch, I went and bought some other stuff because, I like putting it together. Now that I have now that I've got these and I know exactly the size, how the hole pattern is, how it was cut, if anybody, in my family wants one of these, I can make more. Anyways, guys, that's it. Do me a favor, please like, share, subscribe. What do you think about, going and finding gear, ideas and repurposing things and coming up with some stuff that'll work? Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. Please leave me a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Always comment. Comment helps the algorithm push videos out there and keeps them relevant. Still 3 ways to support the channel. You got Whitty's Gear, Buy Me a Coffee, memberships. If you want to help out, those are 3 great ways to do it. But more than anything, just thank you for watching. Love y'all. See you on the next one.